What does change your energy, change your life mean? This is a quote that Dr. Joe Dispenza uses in a lot of his meditations, and it's so simple, but it just hits so deeply. So essentially what it means is if you change your internal state, which is your energy body, your external reality will shift. And so today I'm going to teach you how to do that based off of a personal experience and then walk you through how to do it for yourself. So how do I know this is true? Because this is the Spiritual Science Podcast. So not only is it spirituality, so meditation, energy work, connecting to the God within you, but it is also science. So we are going to be our own science experiment today and just see what happens based off of these teachings that I'm going to provide to you. So that's all we can do in life is just experiment and grow together. And so let's get started. So I'm going to show you some science here first. So here's a graphic, okay? So here is the Earth, and the Earth radiates the electromagnetic field. And if you look to the side of it, that is our energy body, and it looks very similar, doesn't it? So when we meditate and we vibrate at a higher frequency, the universe can only bring good things to us because we resonate at that same higher frequency. Because in reality, we can only see and perceive what we are the same vibration of. So why should you do this? Well, if you are feeling blocked in some way, creatively, or you just feel blocked in life, like you want to do something greater than what you're doing right now, then this video is going to be for you because it's something that you can put in your day-to-day practice as you evolve, as you grow, as you work through limiting beliefs and you find new ones. So every time you work through one, it just seems like there's always something else to work on. But I have taken on the perspective that it's fun, because it is, because now looking back where I came from 5-6 years ago, I'm a whole new person. And so I know this works, and I know that, the life of my wildest dreams is possible because I'm living it right now. And so with that, my loves, let's get into it. So I wrote down this quote: going after what you want in life is scary, but on the other side of fear is the life of your wildest dreams. And so today we are going to go over how to release negative emotions in your body so that you can be at an elevated state every day. And let me tell you that this is not a fairy tale. So I find myself honestly shifting between states of being within like hours, and I go from a lower vibration to feeling better. But I want you to know growth is like a spiral. So you're never gonna be at the same frequency as when you started, even though it may feel like it. So I just wanted to let you know that, and you're not alone. So I woke up this morning not feeling great, and I now know why. It's because I was meant to experience that right before filming this video so that I can connect and have a greater understanding of what I'm teaching to you. So I woke up and I felt honestly, so it's really important that you check in with yourself and try to name the emotion. If you could put a word to it, it doesn't seem so like unknown, or it doesn't seem so big. So once you're able just to be like, okay, I don't feel great, but where do I not feel great at in my body? Like, is it my heart? Is it my solar plexus, which is right here, your sternum? Is it your root chakra, which is the base of your spine? Where are you not feeling great? And then when you ask that question, you can go, okay, so what is this emotion and why am I not feeling great? So mine was shame. Shame. Just kidding. But it was shame because I have this, it's like this low level energy that has been existing with me for a long time. And it's this feeling of I'm not doing enough. And this comes with my dancing and it comes with content creation. I just always feel like I haven't done enough or I started too late. And so that shame is literally a spiral, and I find deeper and deeper levels of it. So what I did was I took pen to paper and I wrote, okay, so I want to go from shame to what feeling? And I want to go from shame to faith. I want to go from shame to being proud of myself. And so that was what I did. I wanted to go from shame to feeling proud of myself. So how could I do that? Well, you can't just do it by just speaking affirmations, because your mind's going to be like, this isn't true. You're lying to yourself. So what you're going to do, I drew this little diagram. So this is what we're going to shift from: a personality of shame. That was me. So if I were just to go unconscious and not name that feeling or emotion, then this would result in a loop, a spiral loop. So going from the same thoughts and beliefs, so that could be having the same thinking like, oh, I should be doing this, I should be filming this video, I should be practicing dancing, I should post this video. And then act and habits results whenever there's a should. For me at least, it's results in me not doing it. And so the emotion that I feel is shame again. And so it just keeps repeating. And so that loop can happen for someone if they aren't consciously aware of their internal state. And so that's why it's so important to name these emotions, so that we can, instead going from the same past, we can go to a new future, your new life. It's funny because I wrote from fear to faith. I feel like fear and shame are kind of interconnected for me. So if I want to go from those feelings, why am I feeling these feelings? I want to acknowledge them, that fear is in my body or shame is in my body for a reason. It's trying to send a signal off to me to let me know that something's up. Kind of like when your light goes on in your car, like you need an oil change. It's like that similar kind of alert system, but our bodies. And so I'm feeling this fear because my mind thinks that it serves me in some way, even though in reality we know it doesn't. So why do I feel like this shame and fear serves me? Well, it's trying to protect me. So I want to acknowledge that it's trying to protect me, but I no longer need it to. And so we're going to think new thoughts. So what you're going to do is, what thoughts are you currently thinking? So when you're in that shame or fear state, what are your thoughts? Your thoughts are, I'm not doing enough, I can't do this, I don't have enough time, it never works. Okay, so that is the personality of someone that is in fear or shame. So what do we want to shift that to, and shift our thoughts into abundant thoughts, or thoughts that we are proud of ourselves, or thoughts of we can do this. So I can do anything. Anything that I put my focus and attention on, I succeed at. I have enough time for the things that I love. I will act on my excitement. So those are some examples that you can do. So going from one to the other. And it's important to journal these before you meditate, because in your meditation, you want to focus on your new state of being that you want to be in. Because when you meditate, your brain shuts down. Well, not fully shuts down, but the part that's overacting your conscious mind that is programmed in the old self. So that's programmed in the fear. So unless you quiet that part of your mind down, you're not going to be able to reprogram new thoughts. And that's why just stating affirmations doesn't work. The third part that you are going to be adding in here, this diagram is very helpful. So we went over, I'm just going to do like one example. Okay, personality of shame. What thoughts or beliefs person of shame has? I should do this, or I should ... Okay, and then what kind of habits does that person like embody? They procrastinate. And then what emotions or feelings do they feel? They feel not good enough. And so that just results in the same past. So to flip that, the opposite would be a personality of, let's just say, abundance, because it's kind of broad. So a personality of abundance, what kind of thoughts would they have? They would have thoughts of, I can do anything, I can do this, and I want to do this. This is fun. And how would they act? They would keep promises to themselves. They would think greater to how they feel. So if someone's not feeling good, like I was this morning, they're still going to keep the promise to themselves that they made and create content or do what they said that they were going to do. They're not going to do it tomorrow, they're going to do it now. And then the emotions and feelings that you're going to have, you're going to feel more confident and you're just going to have more trust in yourself. And then over time, that is going to result in your new life. It's going to change your life. So repeating this pattern of thoughts, habits, actions, and emotions and feelings, repeating that daily is going to result in your new life, because what you do consistently is who you are. And so that's going to create your new personal reality. And so in order to do that, you are going to have to meditate, my loves. Yes, you are going to have to meditate. And it's funny because, just a personal story, I was meditating a lot since 2020 is when I started, because I just knew my life was not good. It just did not feel good. I was basically in the state of despair, which is like the lowest level of consciousness that you could be at the time. I was not connected to my heart, not connected to my spirit. But over time, I have been doing this practice, and so it works. But it's funny because last year I was like, I'm kind of over meditating. And then I would say from like October to December, I just was not feeling good at all. And I found myself kind of going to my past versions of myself because it was waking me up to step into something greater. And so starting really in January, because I got sick, so I had no other option but to be with myself. And so I started meditating again consistently in the morning and then throughout the day. I just feel like my new self again. It just feels so good to connect with your heart. I can't explain it in words, but there's something that shifts in you when you just close down your eyes and just sit with yourself. You could even just like stare at a wall, but you have to shut off all external senses, all external outputs to see what it is inside of you and what is true for you. And so this is going to be hard at first, but Dr. Joe Dispenza has really good meditation. So I recommend that you check out his website. That's how I started. Now I'm leaning more towards just listening to meditation music that I have on my Spotify playlist. And that really just gets me in the vibration of, calmness, peace, so that I'm able to tap into the energy within me. And then I just simply start with feeling the energy on like the outside of my feet. And then I just make my way up to the top of my head. And then you'll notice that I had a lot of thoughts coming in and out, but it's okay. That's normal. You're just going to stick with it. You're going to say you made it to your heart. And all of a sudden you're thinking about what you need to do that day. That's okay. Just let it pass and then come back to your heart, and then just keep moving your way back up, up, up to the top of your head. And then you'll notice something magical. You'll be like, oh wow, it's a lot quieter up here now. Because everything else has kind of just calmed down, silenced down, slowed down. And so when you notice that is when you are going to be reprogramming your thoughts. You are going to be thinking those thoughts that you wrote down before your meditation. I can do anything I put my attention on, I succeed at. Whatever it is for you, you're going to start thinking those thoughts on repeat. And you're just going to be focusing on those thoughts. And I always like to place a hand on my heart so that I can feel my heart energy, because our hearts are magnets. They are sacred, and they magnify what we want in this world to us at an accelerated pace if we do it consciously. And so that is just like a simple practice that you can start today, and it really does shift your reality. And so with that, my loves, change your energy, change your life. Until next time, bye.